We just bought our first multifamily home in our 20s in a state we just moved to. I'm Ralph.
I'm Carmen.
I'm 28.
I'm 27.
And behind us is our first multifamily project. We just moved from Florida to North Carolina about a month ago, and we took on this 5-unit multifamily residential deal. But here's the kick. Not only we want to own this property with none of our money tied into it, we also want to have a $1,700 a month passive income from this property. Do you think we can do it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see what we're working with in this unit.
Wow, we're off to a great start. It smells like flowers and roses here, which is just what we want to smell here when we're walking into a beautiful property. Well, first and foremost, I think we get a lot of really nice light. Not what I expected for a ground unit, especially for a unit that's more basement-like. Well, I will say there's one positive here. I don't see roaches, which roaches are probably one of my worst fears, or they just don't want to come out and say hello right now. So we're gonna walk into the kitchen space here. Bear in mind, there is no appliances, no anything, but there is a lot of potential here. I'm not gonna get any rats or mice running out at me, am I? Because that will be very scary. There's a lot of space in that kitchen too, so I'm really excited for a potential tenant to come in and make this a beautiful home.
All right, and it's time for budget talk. We purchased this property for $195,000. Our goal is to spend $80,000 for the entire renovation of all the 5 units. The goal after that is to reappraise the property for about $390,000 or more if we do this correctly. Effectively, this would lead us into refinancing our property and pulling all of our money out of it, which is called the BRRRR method. The BRRRR method effectively stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. That is the method that most investors that are savvy enough to find good deals use. Since we just bought this property, the expenses so far are only $500 because what I did is that I bought 2 security cameras and 2 electrical locks. As we go through this journey, we're going to show you guys more renovations and more things we've done to the properties, of course, and how much we spend the money on. As you guys can see, there's a big forest behind us, so the mosquitoes go crazy around here. All right, let me just give you a tour a little bit about the property, right? So behind me on the right side, this property is actually the 3-unit building. There's 2 units upstairs, each one of them consisting of 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Currently, they're both tenant occupied. The downstairs unit is the one that you guys saw, the unit that's fully gutted and that needs full renovations. So therefore, there's 3 units here that are 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So this is a triplex. At the other side of me, there is the duplex property. So as you can see, it's actually a duplex with a very old roof of what it looks like. There is a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom in the front, and there is a studio in the back, the way that it's separated. And downstairs is just a basement storage. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention here is when you walk through that door, you actually have a storage that I'm going to be using as storage for the time of this renovation. It's kind of creepy, not really fun, and Carmen,
Storage of doom.
Carmen totally hates it because there's a tons of spiders, but I think that will do the job for now. Carmen, what are you doing?
I just need to go for a bathroom break.
And while we were talking, the handyman got here. That's me. I'm the handyman. The thing fell.
Hey guys, so a little bit of story time. I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a backstory of how we got here. So Ralph and I started our journey about 3 years ago, and we were like, well, if we want to go travel the world and we want to go do what we dream of doing, then I think real estate could be an avenue for us to do that. We started house hacking. We were able to buy a couple of our first homes in the beginning with an FHA loan. We would buy multifamilies. We would live in one unit and rent out the other. With those savings, we were able to minimize our living expenses little by little. With acquiring multiple rentals in the beginning, house hacking, we were able to refinance some of our properties, pull equity from those homes, and we were then able to use that money to be able to buy even more real estate. And within buying more real estate, we were able to increase our cash flow and in turn able to cover even more of our living expenses. I think the goal here is to keep our living expenses low, and financial freedom to us is really being able to do whatever it is that Are you okay?
I almost fell.
I need you to stay alive and don't break a bone.
No problem.
Guys, I feel like I'm reporting to you live. We have handyman out in the wild and he almost broke his leg. So pray for us. In whole, Ralph and I are so grateful to have parents who have sacrificed everything for us to have. And in that, in a sense, financial freedom to us means to give back, in a sense, to our families. And for that, we're forever grateful. And we're working so hard. And I think this just provides us one step closer to that. I can't wait for you guys to come along with us to kind of go through all of this. We have some tenants moving in into one of the units already. Day 2 of us purchasing the home. So we're excited and come along with us. So again, we have a handyman in the wild at a different angle. Handyman, are you okay?
Surviving.
Okay, well that's good. I will say, I think we've got a really good handyman and he comes at a steep discount. He's free for me, so I'm grateful for that. Our journey doesn't end here. Our journey encompasses a whole lot more. Hi, handyman.
Hello.
Tell us how you're feeling so far.
I'm sorry.
Why are you spinning into the microphone?
I'm sorry.
I think he dripped some sweat on here.
Totally tired. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. That was us starting this big project for us. We're so excited. There's a lot going on. Guys, stay tuned because there's going to be a lot of things. We got contractors. We got quotes we have to take care of. We have to take care of all the pricing, all the quotes. We got to get this property renovated. You guys won't even believe how it's going to look like eventually. So make sure to subscribe and like, and don't miss out on these episodes. Any last words from you, Carmen?
Follow us on this journey. We're in for a big ride.
Totally agree. Agree there. See you guys in the next one. Peace.